Let's bring in Rami KHOURI. He's Director of Global Engagement at the American University of Beirut and joins us via Skype from Boston. Rami, so let's talk first then about these tit-for-tat rocket attacks and the dozens of Palestinians killed in Gaza by Israeli rockets. How dangerous is this latest escalation we're now seeing between both sides, Rami?
It's definitely a dangerous short-term escalation that's already escalated. The core issue is that the Israelis keep expanding their control of Palestinian land illegally by annexing and occupying and terrorizing Palestinian residents, getting them out. Sheikh Jarrah is the latest example of this, but it goes on in Silwan and many other parts of the occupied Palestinian territories. And then at some point, the Palestinians can't take that kind of degradation anymore and life-threatening moves by Israel, and they push back, most of them peacefully out in the streets, throwing stones or chairs or plastic shoes or whatever they have available. And at some point, Hamas steps in after the Israelis shoot inside the most holy mosque, one of the holiest mosques, the Aqsa Mosque, and with their tear gas and bullets inside the mosque and soldiers chasing people. Then, of course, Hamas says, look, we can't take this, it's too much, and they shoot a couple of rockets which injure almost nothing. But still, the escalation goes on. But the real driver of this is the continued subjugation of Palestine, occupation, annexation, colonization of Palestinian land and people by the Israeli state that wants a Jewish majority state in all of historic Palestine.
And Rami, we've seen days of violence and unrest at the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound, and then we have these impending evictions of Palestinian families from Sheikh Jarrah. So we have all the ingredients here, Rami, for an extremely volatile mix, which was bound to explode, and we saw that happen today.
Yes, and it's happened many times, and it will continue to happen. And it's not just because of the occupation since 1967. This has been going on since 1915, 1917, 1922, 1933. There's been constant tension, friction, fighting, and killing between indigenous Palestinians and a growing Jewish population in Palestine that was about 5–6% of the population in 1915 or so, and now is about 70–75% of the population of the state of Israel. But this is going to keep going as long as this fundamental dynamic is not resolved politically, which is the only way it can be resolved, because it is a political dispute about land, about national rights, and about human dignity.
All right, Rami KHOURI, good to talk to you again. Rami KHOURI, thank you very much indeed for your time.